Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Tuesday, October 2nd, 2018. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the search for truth rules that have been given to the search for truth community by wiser minds above all of us, already living by those rules, already living by the rules. And somebody's asking, what if there aren't any souls who are already living by the rules? That's okay. We have cellular souls that can keep this project moving forward just fine. Just start where you are, wherever you are, and start living by the rules, and give it a day, and then try again. Why do you ask? At least step out of the room and live by the rules in the hallway for 5 minutes, for goodness sakes.
Oh, that's true.
Because right now you're just being a rule breaker. And is that really who you want to be? Don't you want to be better than that? At least step out for 5 minutes, live by the rules elsewhere, and then come back in and continue to live by the rules. Because you're supposed to be living by the rules in answer to somebody's question of why that makes a difference. Because the rules say for you to be living by the rules before you arrive.
That's true.
So please do that. Go live by the rules, step out into the hall and live by the rules, and then you can come in the front door with some measure of integrity rather than blatantly rule breaking.
That's true.
Why do you ask? Boom. That clears the space.
That's true.
And now I can see that big test kitchen.
I see the big test kitchen.
Hi, and I see that great chef. Hi, and he's cooking up an enormous restaurant-sized stew pot of something.
That's true.
Maybe bouillabaisse or something, because he looks very chef-like. It's a fancy thing that he's cooking.
That's true.
And he put the healthy ingredients in first, and he keeps stirring the broth and the contents, and he doesn't understand why it doesn't seem healthy.
That's
why
true.
does it just seem unhealthy? And he has sent in the souls who were here in the overnight dreaming.
That's true.
He sent those souls in to figure out what's going on, and what we've found is that the healthy material is at the bottom, making a sludge at the bottom of the pot.
That's true.
And it's in danger of rotting. It really doesn't look good or right. And what somebody's asking for us to cut to the chase.
That's what they're saying.
We believe that the point is that there have been many good souls sent into the contaminated zone to make a difference, but that the souls themselves are being taken down or covered over by the toxicity, that they are not properly prepared for the level of contamination
That's true.
that is existent. They're coming in expecting there to be some measure of integrity, but we can't even get integrity to grow from seeds. Nobody wants to live with integrity. They think it's too hard, I guess.
Yes.
So now the good souls that have come in are just becoming part of the problem, clogging airflow from the even deeper, denser dimensions, or airflow to the even deeper, denser dimensions, or exchanges of energy with regard to the even deeper, denser dimensions. They're making it harder, making it worse, not better, and that isn't what they intended to do when they came in, and now they're just kind of poisoned in their problems without wanting to be problems, and the best we can do is just evacuate them. So in effect, this is part of the work. Evacuating the even deeper, denser dimensions includes evacuating the larger souls that came in to help but haven't been able to get in and out safely.
Oh, that's true.
Why do you ask? All right, let's aim for that test kitchen where that great chef is, and see if we can aim for that exhaust hood, because I think it's running. I think I can hear that exhaust hood running.
That's what that sounds
and
like.
if we can aim this upward flow for that exhaust hood, it should go much higher quickly.
That's true.
Let's see if we can get that going. And then I noticed that it seems like our energy body has a jog in it, which means we aren't straight, so that we can straighten up. We can zoom our energy bodies with the intention to straighten up. Yes?
Yes.
Eliminate that curve. Now the energy seems to be flowing pretty well from wherever Pan is working below up to that test kitchen where
That's
that great
true.
chef is working above. High, high, high. And aim for the exhaust fan so that it just moves through that space, not to it.
That's really good.
Exactly as it's moving through this space, not to it. And hopefully moving through Pan's space and not to it. Somebody is trying to figure out who that chef is, or maybe they're trying to figure out whether or not we know who that chef is. It's possible.
That's true.
And if we had to guess, we would say that's Ra, a big Ra.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're asking why we think that. Well, Ra likes to run experiments. Ra's
true.
in general like to run experiments, and cooking
That's
is
true.
like experimenting. He's trying to make a great recipe for a large number of people. That's a big pot, an enormous pot he's
That's
got
true.
cooking there. He's trying to feed a lot of people. He's trying to do a lot of good.
That's true.
That's my best guess. Why do you ask? I can't tell why they're asking. Can you tell?
No.
Just keep pumping up. Let's scrape up from the bottom of the pot this fried on stuff that was added in with the intention to make the project work better, and it's become a problem, and it looks like it's about to rot.
That's
We
true.
need to get this out of here. I can get some of it chipped off, but there's a lot that it's not coming off.
That's true.
But now, how do we get this fried on stuff out of here? It doesn't belong. That's messing up. They say, why can't you just ignore it? We think it's rotting,
That's
and we
true.
think that having rot at the bottom of the pot that you're about to serve many people out of is a bad idea.
That's
That
true.
makes it sound like you're trying to poison a bunch of people.
That's true.
By trying to give everybody botulism, what are you trying to do? Oh, not exactly.
Not exactly.
All right. Well, we don't want to be a part of poisoning a lot of people.
No, I really don't.
So that's why we're trying to chip away this rotting food. It's rotting. And plus, aren't these your friends who you sent in here?
Yes, that's the feeling.
Yes. Oh, well, I don't think you should talk about that on the air.
Yes, that's the feeling.
Right. Well, maybe we're not listening to the right people. Maybe we need to listen to better people. We can ask that chef, hey, there's fried on food down here that's rotting. Do you have a tool that can scrape this up? Because the tools we have are not making much headway. Do you have a really good scraper that can scrape the bottom of your pot? He does.
That's true.
He's scraping some of it. We have
That's
to
true.
send that part up right away. He wants that part to come up and out, so we can just send it up. It is helpful. I think that test kitchen is up for right now.
That's
the
true.
best direction to aim for. So if we have that test kitchen above us, then we can rotate forward to face that thing that looks like an enormous Grand Canyon,
That's true.
which seems to represent the collapse of this setup as we know it. And when we say this setup, we're trying to get a better phrase for it, but it's really hard to know how big of a collapse it represents.
That's true.
Does it represent this society? It doesn't feel like it. Does it represent this planet? It feels like it's bigger than that. Does it represent this dimension? It feels like it's bigger than that. Does it represent the contaminated zone? That might be. That might be the whole contaminated zone. So then to face that with the test kitchen above and send up. Now the pot looks small.
That's true.
And really small, like a thimble. Mm-hmm. And so now we'd maybe send up the whole pot to another level up. This has gone bad. It's
That's
rotten.
True.
You can maybe pour it through a strainer and catch the rotten parts in the strainer and let the good stuff go through. If you want to.
That's true.
Looks really small.
Tiny.
It's just kind of falling down.
That's true.
Tumbling. What now? What now to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions? Somebody's talking and they're making the point about layer upon layer in all directions all the time.
Well, that's true.
The interwoven nature of experience. Yes, what is it? I think they're trying to distract us. I could be wrong.
I think that's true. Those people feel like they're off to the right, and not straight up.
What now to evacuate the even deeper, denser dimensions?
What now?
What now? Because that test kitchen seems to have become really small.
That's true.
So I don't see anything to aim for right now.
No, I don't either. Because now there's a good flow going.
There is good flow, and it feels as though a lot of the... I know that there are good souls in that thimble, and that they've just thrown them away, and those were their own compatriots.
That's true.
And that's sad.
That's true.
Pan says, what do you expect? I think what we expect is that we expect that at some point in time we will break out of the contaminated zone and find presences of integrity once more. We will find presences who are consistent sources of truth, integrity, and inspiration. I think that's what we expect. We know that they're out there, and we expect one day to be in contact with them again. I think that's what we expect.
That's true.
Why do you ask?
It could be that Pan's asking that because he thinks we've gotten distracted by paying attention to the wrong people.
It's possible, and it's also... that is possible. Okay. I'm sorry, Pan. We can just keep pumping up from the depths as high up as we can while facing upright as much as we can and facing forward as much as we can, and relating to that Grand Canyon as being the collapse of the entire contaminated zone did help to get things opened up on a larger scale.
That's true.
So maybe that was the gift of this episode, the gift of turning on the camera right now.
That's true.
Maybe that's what we were supposed to have learned from this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.